Previously on the Displacement for the Dream Diaries.
Now this is a video I really didn't want to make. I feel isolated, I feel on my own. Something changed in me. When I hit emotional rock bottom, it's about time for me to push on from this place in Hollywood. And where I'm pushing on to, I really don't know.
Really peaceful night. Somebody gave the suggestion of parking at a hospital. Best advice ever. If all goes well, in 2 more days, I'd be indoors. I closed my successful business to follow my dream.
TKO Skin will be closing.
It took me around the world, but I landed in a hot seat.
New York State levied my bank accounts. I'm living in my car. Thank you for believing in me.
Now, I'm working to get out of my car, to spread love on TV.
I love yourself. I don't know. I have to try. Nothing will stop me.
Displacement for the Dream Diaries.
First day of spring, and I just wanna sing to everything that's moving, every single little
Today,
thing.
Displacement for the Dream Diaries.
To them birds flying free, the fish in the sea.
Hello knockouts, TonyaTko here, and it is a great morning so far. Oh my goodness, it is always a good morning when I wake up in my own energy. I wanted to have a really serious conversation with you all real quick. I'm on my way to the gym. I'm getting an early start. Look at that sun, bright in the morning. You know this is my favorite time of the day. I wanted to have a serious conversation with some of you all who are in situations in which you are afraid to move, afraid to act, afraid to take action. Last night I was editing from when I was staying in the place in Hollywood. It had been 2 days since I had been there. I was really down, I was depressed. And I found it difficult to take action and to move and do what it is that I needed to do. After I got into that situation, I stopped coming to the YouTube space. I started editing inside the crib. I stopped going to Starbucks. I just was editing and looking for apartments, and I was in that energy a lot. And that had a tremendous effect on me. I had a difficult time being able to get out of the situation once I got into it because my energies then dropped. My focus shifted. My ability to push on the drive was altered because I'm very energy sensitive. And I told you guys this, and some people think that it's a joke, and you could go ahead and think it's a joke if you want to. But I wanted to give this message to anybody who is in a situation in which they feel disempowered, drained of energy, mentally or physically abused, especially physically. But the mental abuse and the emotional abuse, the abuse that you can't see physical marks from. If you're in a toxic environment, whether this toxic environment is an unhealthy, dysfunctional family, your parents, a relationship, one that you've chosen, a roommate situation, a work situation, any situation that you feel is draining you of your life force, I'm telling you that you have to get out. And part of the reason that you have to get out is because you need that life force in order to push on. A woman wrote to me yesterday. She's married and she's been wanting to get out for some time, but she has a son. And my Displacement Diaries has been inspiring her, but she's afraid because she doesn't want to become displaced. She's not sure what leaving will do for her son, but she's feeling really abused. She's feeling beat down, and she's feeling disempowered. Her environment is polluted and toxic. Okay, I want to tell you, get out, because it's in getting out of that. It's like a pickle. It's like a cucumber inside brine becoming a pickle. And the cucumber is like, you know what? I feel like I'm becoming a pickle, for lack of a better analogy. And it's like, how do you stop from becoming a pickle if you're a cucumber dipped in brine? The longer and the more time you get exposed to brine, the more likely it is that you're going to become a pickle. And then once you become a pickle, thank goodness for human beings, we're able to regenerate and repair and replete. But what do you do? How do you continue to replete when you are constantly being depleted? It's like we have a certain amount of life force, a certain amount of life energy, and you got to protect that life force. You got to protect that life energy. So this is what I'm here to tell you based on my own experience and my own example. If you get out of the situation, it's like you can't really see a way that you're going to be able to survive until you're out of the situation. You can't see a way that you're going to be able to make it because you're deep in the middle of it. And your energies are affected by the situation. You're affected by the situation. Let me pull over real quick so we can really get into this talk. You may be wondering whether or not you have the power, the strength to be able to make it if you get out of that situation. And I'm telling you, once you leave the toxic environment, you will have a greater ability to be able to hone in on your life force, polish your life force. I've been in my car for 2 days now, again, in my own energies, in nobody else's energy except for, at the YouTube space here. And I feel rejuvenated. I feel replenished. I feel stronger. The human body is constantly regenerating. You cut yourself, the skin grows back. We have help. We have guides. We have guardian angels. When we sleep, we're able to leave our bodies, and our bodies are able to get repair, and we're able to go back up to the ethos, and our spirit can get repair as well. And then it comes back into our bodies, and then we are thrust back into the day-to-day of this seemingly limited experience where we are kind of limited by physical laws here on this planet. And if there's anything, listen, some people are saying now that I'm displaced that my advice is invalid or whatnot. But I think that my insight is more layered by having gone through this situation. And I grew up in a household where there was a lot of bickering and a lot of fighting and a lot of dysfunction. I mean, I think a lot of us have. After a while, that stuff starts to seem normal. Not only does it start to seem normal, but you start to crave it. Because it seems normal, when it's not there, it seems abnormal. So you start to crave what is normal. I'm going to tell you, for the first time in maybe 2 years, more than 2 years, because since I closed my business, I haven't really been meditating, haven't really been connecting to my higher self, except for, that time that I got robbed in Guatemala violently, and I was covered in this spiritual shield, and I was reminded then that we are not alone, that I am not alone, and that there are forces and there are entities that are covering us and looking out for us. Okay. Yesterday, I was able to meditate and connect with my higher self for the first time in a long time. And it felt really good to reconnect. I felt recharged. I felt rejuvenated. I felt repleted. And I know that there's somebody out there right now who is in a toxic situation, who is afraid to get out, and they're not sure what's going to happen to them once they do leave. And I'm not telling you that you have to leave. What I am telling you is that you are not alone and you have help. You have spiritual help. All of your energy is not inside of your body, and you have a higher energy which surrounds you and looks out for you and wants you to get what it is that you came into this life to get. And if you are able to trust in the power of the divine, power of the Most High, the power of yourself, the power of your higher self, the power of the laws of spiritual nature, if you are able to trust, I once read, leap and your wings will follow. And there are a lot of people who are telling me what I'm doing is wrong. I shouldn't do this. I should do it a different way. I should do how they want to do it. But there's something about listening to yourself. Everybody's journey is different. What works for one may not work for another. What is a situation that exists for one may not be it may seem similar, but everyone is different. We all have a different past, different DNA, different things that are encoded in our DNA, different upbringing, different experiences, and different reasons why we incarnated. What is it that we came onto this earth to get? And when you ever been in a situation where you didn't listen to yourself and you were like, oh, doggone it, I wish I'd listened to myself. Darn it. You ever been in a situation like that? Okay. Imagine being in a situation where you do listen to yourself and things don't seem right. They don't seem like they're falling into place, but
You are being true to yourself. You are listening to that inner calling. You are listening to your intuition. You are listening to your higher self. You are listening to the messages from the divine. You're listening to that little tickle on your spirit that tells you, do this. Maybe you should try that. No, really. Try that. I'm going to tell you something really amazing happens. All of that doubt goes away. When you're like, I wish I'd listened. Or when somebody gives you some advice and the advice don't really fully 100% resonate with you, and you're like, you take the advice anyway and you're like, in hindsight, darn, I should have did it a different way. In this situation that I'm in, and I'm sorry I keep bringing my own situation into it because I know that this is about you, but I just want to use my example. In this situation that I'm in, I feel no qualms. I feel no guilt. I feel no heaviness. I feel no, am I doing the right thing? Because I know that I'm being internally guided and I'm being obedient to that guidance and I'm listening, no matter how absurd it sounds. I brought up a Bible reference a few weeks ago where I talked about the man who took his son, I think it was Abraham, he took his son up to the top of the hill to kill him. And you know, I don't like stuff like that. But if anyone should understand having a feeling on the inside that there's something that you should do. Personally, I don't see how a person can have the feeling on the inside that they should kill a person. I don't, listen, or kill animals. I don't see how. But the point is that all throughout the ages, people have been having feelings, having intuitive feelings about certain things. When your intuitive feeling is asking you to murder, I think that's when you need to, question your internal feeling. When it's asking you to hurt another person, that's when you need to question it. But when your internal feeling supports universal love for everyone, and a higher ascending for you and everyone involved, then I feel that that's a calling worth listening to. You ever seen that thing on Facebook where the guardian angel is like, and it's like a picture of an angel that's like, and they're like, this is what my guardian angel must look like. And I feel that in this situation, my guardian angels looking out for me have been on overtime because, I am sleeping in the car. And I feel that they have been surrounding me in light, so covering me in protection. And I don't feel that they're all the way like, but I do feel that they're like, okay, while you were listening to this internal calling, we got your back. We are looking out for you. We are covering you. We are protecting you. And so I have felt protected. Last night, I slept soundly and I slept well. I left and then I came back into my body this morning. I was able to completely dislodge. When I'm around other people's energies, I don't really get full sleep. Even when I'm in hostels, months at a time, I don't really get full sleep because there's a part of you that is still inside your body, a part that is still awake, a part that is still cognizant of everything that is going on around you. Now, me, I have an internal clock. And so, I lift it up to myself and I let myself know what time I want to wake up. And I haven't used an alarm since college. I just lift it up to my higher self and I say, look, I want to wake up at 6 a.m. or 5 a.m. or whatever a.m. I want to wake up. And my higher self allows my spirit to come back into my body at that time and I wake up. But nonetheless, I don't know what the point of that segue was, but I wanted to tell you to please, if your internal spirit is guiding you towards the highest manifestation of yourself and the greater good of all around you, it may be a voice worth listening to. It may be a voice worth listening to. So listen, I'm getting ready to head over to the gym. I will see you all. Listen, how do I look? Am I looking good? Oh, what is this? I have a bump? My arm, got a little, keep up with my push-ups. Look, hug me. I'll see you guys in the next video. First of all, it feels good to be back at my flagship gym. And I wanted to tell you guys, if you want to break a sweat, like a real sweat, get on this. I had to slow it down just to do the video because I can't talk. Get on this stair thing
Not just the steer machine, that did well for me yesterday, but this one, you can't stop. You gotta keep going. You gotta keep going. Oh my goodness. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video. I've done this for more than 21 minutes. I'm gonna, after this, I'm gonna go to the machines back there and do some arm work. I did legs yesterday. I'm just doing this to get my heart rate up. Let me turn it back up. I'll see you guys in the next video. Look at that. Sweat, baby. Sweat.
Next time on the Displacement for the Dream Diaries.
Stealth again. I'm hoping that this is it, because if this is not it, then I don't know what is.
First day of spring, and I just wanna sing to everything that's moving, every single little thing.
The Displacement for the Dream Diaries.
To them birds flying free, fish in the sea, flowers and trees, every little bumblebee. I wanna sing, ooh, to the kids playing hoop